Hi, I'm Kyle from the Technology Learning Center here at the Cape May County Library, and today I'm going to be following up on a previous video where we built a tiny spooky house by giving a quick guide on how we can now paint that tiny house. For supplies, I'll be using acrylic paints, specifically white and black for highlighting and to make gray for our walls, brown for our roof shingles, and green for our window shutters, front door, and for even more highlighting. I have a collection of paintbrushes here of various sizes to be able to cover large areas like painting the base coat for our walls, as well as carefully paint in the small areas of our house, such as the framing on our windows. Make sure you also have plenty of towels or rags and water to clean your brushes off with. To get started, I am mixing my white and black paints together to get the gray we'll be using for our walls. Then I am taking my time to cover all the outside paneling for our house, using multiple coats as needed to get a good covering, making sure that I am mixing a little bit of water with our paints, as I want to thin them down so that we do not get any unsightly globs of paint on our house. Right now we are just looking to apply a base coat for our house, so make sure to take your time to cover every bit of surface as much as possible. Next, we are using the green for our front doors and our window parts, followed by the brown for our roof shingles, painting until every part of our house is covered. I have also used black to paint the inside of our windows as well. Once that is all said and done, we're going to give our house some added detail by moving on to a method called dry brushing. Dry brushing is where we put some paint on our brush and wipe as much as we can off of it before touching our house with the paint. Our goal is to hit all the various raised surfaces on our house with paint to make the detail pop. So once our brush has as little paint on it as possible, in this case it's going to be our black, we are giving the walls a light dusting to give them a dirtier look while also adding more detail to our house in general. For the roof, I am using our green to make it look like moss has developed where rain would most likely hit, while I'm using our brown to give our walls some additional dry brushing colors. Once you are satisfied with the amount of dry brushing you have done, you are now left with a fully painted spooky house. Thinking that our house needs some added detail, however, I'm also going to grab a few extra materials to give our house some extra flair. To add some tiny bushes onto the side of our house, I am grabbing a sponge that I can rip apart into tiny bush-shaped pieces, and for some tiny cobwebs, I'm taking a cotton ball and stretching it into thin web-like strands. The sponge pieces are being dipped into our green paint so that they look more like tiny bushes. This is also where I would suggest disposable gloves, as this part is going to be very messy. Once they have all dried, I am using a hot glue gun to attach them to our house. For our spider strands, I am using Elmer's glue to stick our webbing to any corner of the house or bush where a spider might make its home. Once that is all said and done, now you have a fully painted spooky house with some added flair attached to it. If you enjoyed this video and are looking for more craft videos like this one, make sure to follow the Technology Learning Center and the Cape May County Library on our social media, as we will be posting more videos of activities you can do at home. Enjoy your craft.